Imagine a tranquil mountain monastery where a stream of crystal-clear water winds its way through a garden filled with ancient cherry trees. In this serene setting, a wise monk once shared a secret about relationships that could transform not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. What if I told you that mastering this secret could make you a magnetic presence, the kind of person others naturally prioritize and cherish? Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? But before we dive in, let me ask, have you ever felt undervalued in your relationships? Like no matter how much you give, it's never enough? If so, keep watching, because what you're about to hear could shift your entire perspective on connection and self-worth. Before we continue, if you find this wisdom resonates with you, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to our channel. These small actions help us share these transformative teachings with the world. Now, let me take you back to that monastery where the monk began his teaching with a curious metaphor. He held up a glass of water and said, "You are like this water, precious, life-sustaining, and serene. But if poured carelessly, you lose your essence. To be valued, you must understand how to hold yourself with care." And so, the 10 principles of magnetic presence unfolded like the petals of a lotus flower. The first lesson was profound: create a sense of loss. The monk explained that impermanence is a core truth of life, and when people fear losing something, they value it more. Do not chase others, he said. Instead, let your actions and presence speak so profoundly that they chase you. Think about it. Isn't it the things we almost lose that we hold dearest? A poignant silence followed his words, listening to the wind, the trees fanning the siding, the moss, the rustle of the tree fall, the motive melissamous leaf, leaves ripening to spring. Think about it. Isn't it the things we almost lose that we hold dearest, leaving the most worth, leaving the most important? Name it. And yet, the monk interrupted the weight of the moment with a sly smile and asked, "But what happens if you're always around, always available? Do people treasure what they can have anytime, anywhere?" Of course, the answer is no. This brings us to the second principle: limit your availability. The monk compared this to the rare bloom of the night jasmine, a flower so elusive it bloomed only once in darkness, drawing admirers to its rarity. Be like the jasmine, he said. Let your time feel like a gift. As the lesson deepened, the monk leaned closer, lowering his voice as if revealing a sacred truth. Embrace mystery. You must not be a book everyone can read in one sitting, he said. Be the scroll they unravel, each turn revealing something new. Imagine this. What if your life had chapters so intriguing that others couldn't wait to discover what comes next? But a magnetic presence isn't built on intrigue alone. It's also about value. The monk's voice carried both weight and gentleness as he reminded the students, know your worth. Let others invest in understanding and cherishing you. Never discount yourself, for your spirit is priceless. Yet even as he spoke of value, he added a twist, humorously asking, have you ever tried to haggle with the sunrise? Of course not. So why negotiate your brilliance? The chuckles that followed lightened the atmosphere, but hammered home the point. Moving from laughter to quiet reflection, the monk urged his students to prioritize their own needs. He likened this to tending a fire. A fire that is never fed dies out, he said. You cannot give warmth to others if you let yourself grow cold. His words hung in the air like incense smoke, their simplicity masking a profound truth. Self-care is survival. Then came a lesson that stirred both excitement and unease. Maintain independence. The monk challenged everyone to envision a bird in a cage, no matter how gilded. Dependence, he said, is a golden cage. Break free and let your wings carry you to your passions. Only then will others see you as the soaring being you are. And just as the thought began to weigh on the room, he playfully asked, "Besides, have you ever seen a caged bird look happy?" The laughter was bittersweet, but the message hit home. Transitioning seamlessly, the monk addressed communication. Avoid always initiating conversations. Silence can be as loud as a drum, he mused. Allow others the space to seek you out, to show their interest. This principle, though seemingly simple, carried urgency. If you're always the one reaching out, he warned, you may never know who truly values you. Next came the heart of his teachings. Create your own happiness. The monk's tone softened and he said, "No one can pour joy into your cup. You must fill it yourself." He described happiness as a garden you must tend daily, each flower representing gratitude, resilience, and self-acceptance. And when your garden flourishes, he added with a knowing smile, others will flock to its beauty. Yet, the most challenging lesson was still to come. Be willing to walk away. The monk's voice grew firm as he said, "Attachment blinds us to disrespect. Know your worth so deeply that you can leave behind what no longer serves you." The room fell silent, the weight of his words undeniable. But then, with a twinkle in his eye, he added, "And remember, even monks know when to leave a bad tea ceremony." Finally, the teachings culminated in a profound call for emotional balance. The monk's voice grew tender as he explained, "Feel deeply, but do not let emotions steer your ship. Navigate with wisdom, not just passion." His words painted a picture of calm waters, reflecting the infinite sky, a balance of serenity and depth. As the sun dipped below the mountains and the lesson drew to a close, the monk reminded his students that these principles were not just philosophical musings, but practical steps toward a fulfilling life. He urged them to practice these teachings for 12 days and observe the transformation. His parting words echoed in the quiet air, "Value yourself, and the world will mirror that value back to you." And so, I leave you with this challenge. How will you apply these teachings to your own life? Will you take the steps to become the magnetic presence you're destined to be? If you found this wisdom as enlightening as I did, remember to like this video, share it with someone who could benefit, and subscribe for more transformative insights. Together, let's continue this journey of self-discovery. Stay curious, stay radiant, and until next time, remember, the most magnetic presence is one that radiates from within.